Hello everyone, I'm Mile from Invictus Studio. Did it ever happen to you to make a perfect model for something? You texture it excellent. You texture it very well in Substance Painter, you're very proud of your work. But then you see it has too many polygons to be functional. You're wondering, do I need to retexture everything from start? How many hours am I going to lose? The answer is 0. There is a single button in Substance that can save you hours with this entire process. You will not need to do everything from scratch. Let me show you how to do it. We don't need that. Before we start, I want you to know something, and that is about our models. When you're working with your program of choice and Substance, there are two models involved in this process. The original model you made and you imported it. This one does not have the UVs. Then in Substance, it will generate the UVs on the exported mesh. The exported mesh also has triangulated faces. It has the same count of vertices, so don't worry about that. And with those generated UVs, the program of your choice can easily map out the textures Substance gave it to you. With that said, now we know why we can't simply put the textures on the low poly version. It is because that low poly version does not have the UV maps, and we would need textures specific for those UV maps. So we need new textures and new UV maps, aka new model. With that said, we can start with the first step, and that is to create the low poly that we want to cast textures on. So we take the version that doesn't have UVs, and there are different methods depending on your program of choice. I'm using Blender, and I will use decimate modifier since it is the quickest and preserves the gap between fingers. The reason why I wouldn't use in general decimate, because of the uneven topology it creates. See, it is not the best, but for the example of re-importing textures on the low poly, it will work perfectly. So you have that model, you go to File, Export, FBX, you select where you want it. Now limit to selected and visible objects and to only mesh, since we only need mesh in Substance. Rename it properly. Okay, now we go to Substance, or to be more specific, the project with your high poly version, and here is the trick. You go to Edit, Project Configuration. You select the model, the low poly model you want, yes. And most importantly, you unclick this. This tells Substance to not be picky about the mesh not being exactly the same. That is most naturally going to happen because the poly count isn't the same and it can't perfectly match. So we are telling Substance to chill out by checking out this box. We need auto unwrap to give the new UV maps to our new low poly. So we click OK now. It has done what we need. Now we need the new model separately and new texture separately, since those are not same as the one we already exported. So we just simply export mesh. I'm going to go ARM low poly SP for Substance Painter. And I'm going to export the textures individually, like this. Yes, in low poly, select, export. And that shall be it. Now in Blender or your program of choice, go to your file, import the low poly SP version of your model. It is right there because I exported in that position. I'm going to lower it down. And let's get a nice add-on, preferences, add-ons, node. Be sure that this is checked on Node Wrangler. So you can go to shading, select the model, select the principal BSDF node, Control Shift T, and then just go to your textures you had given to you by Substance, select them all, and bam! You have the exact same model with the exact same textures. You see virtually no difference, but if we check the poly count, you can see by the naked eye that it has way less polygons. Let's see how much with statistics. 160,000 versus 3,000. If this doesn't save you hours of your life, I don't know how I'm going to deserve your like and subscribe. I mean, I deserved it if you're looking fair and square. I deserve your like and your subscribe. And if you want, I have something else for you. I have the tutorial on how to make this arm. Maybe I'll make tutorial how to make the textures, but before that you need the model. So you can go check out the tutorial made on the arm, and I wish you the pleasant day.